Breaking right now, Meghan Markle has renewed her bitter feud with Piers Morgan. So you'll remember the pair have been at war after Meghan ghosted the ITV host who she had sparked a friendship with in London, and she ghosted him.
Meghan Markle's secret alliance, Piers Morgan destroyed in a brutal takedown, and Prince Harry left humiliated? Royal insiders are whispering, and today we're exposing the shocking web of influence that connects Meghan to powerful figures behind the scenes. While Piers Morgan faces a backlash he never saw coming, buckle up. This one's explosive.
The moment she met Prince Harry. Then things turned really ugly when she lobbied for him to lose his job at Good Morning Britain after he revealed she had been lying about her mental health during that tissue of lies Oprah Winfrey interview. Meghan, and this is her style, directly lobbied woke ITV's chief executive Carolyn McCall, calling for Morgan's head on a platter. And the pathetic, dying broadcaster, where I used to work for 10 years, by the way, so I know how they operate, soon capitulated. Well, that day, Piers had stormed off set after being berated by hard-left weather presenter Alex Berraford. And it has now emerged that the fake Duchess has maintained some sort of secret relationship with this weather dude, even sending as ever products to him, which, remember, aren't available to us mere mortals in the United Kingdom. Beresford blew the whistle on this secret relationship on Instagram, posting, "Can't wait to try this. Thank you so much, Meghan." And then posting a picture of an octopus and saying, "And for Camille's sweet gift." Well, after that story started to emerge, Piers Morgan posted on X, "Oh no, how will I ever survive this brutal blow?" But Angela Levin, this is really interesting to me because it shows for the first time just how involved Meghan Markle was in Piers Morgan's departure from ITV, and the fact that she had struck up this friendship with the loony lefty weather presenter. I mean, she really will stop at nothing, will she, to destroy her enemies?
Yes, actually, what is a very interesting thing to tell you, that Alex Beresford, I had a bit of a punch-up with him because I said something that was critical about Meghan long ago when I was on the TV with him. And he went ballistic, actually. And I thought, here is one of Meghan's very close friends, because it was completely unnecessary to behave like that. He wasn't talking about the weather at that time. He was a guest presenter, so he had quite an important job. And he was really shouting at me. And I just never want to go on when he's there again, because what does he know? You know, has he spent 15 months with Harry? Has he got to know him very well? Or even Meghan? Did he go on their first engagement? Did he? No. He was actually just determined that nobody was going to say anything nasty about Meghan, which I think actually explains why he would get a present now, because Meghan knew him and perhaps used him a long time ago.
Rumours have been swirling for months, but now multiple sources are pointing to a covert alliance between Meghan Markle and a group of elite Hollywood PR and media insiders.
That's absolutely fascinating, isn't it, Angela? Because what it suggests to me is that this guy is a fully paid up member of the Sussex squad. And clearly for some time he's been working behind the scenes, Angela Levin. And the thing is, you're just getting better with age. Let me tell you, you're getting better with age. But the thing is, Angela, I know what's been going on backstage at ITV for some time, because remember, I was there. I saw the pressure that was put on me via people like Tom Bradby, you know, the ITV news lead presenter, who would run to the bosses and say, "This is completely wrong that Dan Wootton is on the Lorraine show saying these things about Meghan Markle." What was I saying? I was saying the truth. So I find it absolutely astonishing that we have a public service broadcaster. Remember, ITV is a public service broadcaster. They get this government support because they're meant to provide impartial news, effectively secret secretly working with Team Meghan Markle to censor the truth about her. So actually, this is much more than just her sending him a little bit of jam, isn't it? A little bit of a scam jam, which he'll have to pretend to like.
Jam, yeah. Yes, absolutely, because he was patronising and he was aggressive and all those things which actually wash over me, and I can't be bothered with them. But I don't try and fight back. You know, lots of people do, but I can't be bothered to waste my time with that. But he was really most unpleasant man. If you said anything about her, I saw him do that after he'd had a go at me with other people, as if he'd, was in charge, which is also a type of thing that Meghan really likes. He's in charge of what's going on, and he knows that Meghan is absolutely super wonderful.
But he's the weather presenter. He is the weather presenter. What on earth does he know? His only qualification, I believe, for talking about Meghan Markle is the fact, I think, that he came from a mixed race heritage. But actually, he never reported on the royals. When it comes to Piers Morgan, I trust what Piers was saying much more about the Oprah Winfrey interview, Angela, given that his friends and allies include Queen Camilla herself and the princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. But the fact is, Meghan was lying. I mean, there's so much proof that she was lying in that interview.
But that doesn't matter, does it? I mean, Meghan lies. She's lied throughout the time that we've known her. But that doesn't matter, because if Meghan says it, it's fine. But, his aggression and rudeness, I was being quite nice at the time. I was criticizing him, but not being quite bad at all, because I wanted to tread carefully and thought, maybe she's just married and maybe it's difficult. You make allowances, but you don't make allowances after such a long time, because you realize that this is the characteristic and this is how they behave. And I think you might very well be right that there's much more to this than, oh no, get rid of it. You're being horrible.
Stunning.
This alleged circle includes activists, journalists, and image consultants who've been quietly reshaping Meghan's narrative, not just in the United Kingdom, but globally. One source said she's building an empire, not as a royal, but as a cultural force.
But Angela, isn't the reality here that this is all about Meghan wanting to poke Piers Morgan, wanting to try and poke the bear? Because actually Piers Morgan hasn't been talking much about Meghan Markle lately, and she doesn't like that. Because let me tell you, there's no way Alex Beresford went public with their personal friendship for the first time and posted those pictures without the express permission of the fake Duchess, because he knows that if he were to just post those pictures without the express permission of the fake Duchess, he could be ghosted, just like she ghosts anyone who she's not happy with. So this was a plot, this was a ploy, but I would argue the reality is, and I don't agree with Piers on a lot of things, but the reality is that when it comes to Harry and Meghan and his coverage of the royal family, he won. He will be proven correct by history, and the fact that their skins are so thin, to the point, by the way, remember, Angela, we spoke about this a few weeks ago, Harry went ballistic. That was Piers Morgan's word, went ballistic at Princess Eugenie when he saw those pictures, those paparazzi pictures of Piers Morgan in a wider group with the princess. So they're the ones that are rattled by Piers Morgan, not the other way around. He's living his life. Why does he care?
She's very resentful, and if anybody says something, and Harry's the same, because I expect she screams and shouts at home that that upsets him. So, what are you going to do about it, type of woman? And so he feels terrible because he feels it's his responsibility, which it isn't, of course, because he's one person and she's another, and nobody could keep up with her behaviour.
No, absolutely not. And I'm sorry, the idea that Piers Morgan shouldn't be allowed to go to lunch with Princess Eugenie and Beatrice is ludicrous. But we know this is how Harry and Meghan operate, and they have been shutting people out for a long time.
Especially Meghan, because she's such a controller that if you do one thing out, you often had it. We've seen that with her friends. If they say something or they're within a different group of people that Meghan doesn't approve of, she wants nothing to do with you. I mean, it can be scary for the people who've actually really liked her, but I think there's fewer and fewer people who like her, and that's why she goes to the friends who were friends a while ago, and so they can say something. You know, she keeps wanting different people to boost her by saying how wonderful she is, but you know, it could be that we're running out of them.
And then, Angela, we have this awful display in New York where
Yes.
even the mainstream media, like even the New York Post, look at their headline. Angela, watch Meghan Markle awkwardly leave spare Prince Harry hanging in the NYC crowd. And actually, I'll show you this from Meghan's mole too, who put these two pictures side by side and said, for a split second, Prince Harry grew a pair and remembered he was the blood royal who should be walking ahead, only to be slapped back down to reality by the woman he married, who reminded him she's number one, not him. And just have a look at this, Angela, because Paula M, the royal YouTuber, put together, this is a bit like watching, you know, a football game or something. She put together an amazing slow motion video which shows exactly what.
And the goal? To silence critics, elevate her brand, and rewrite history. For years, Piers Morgan has been Meghan's most vocal critic, but now insiders claim that Meghan's camp has been working behind the scenes to destroy his credibility.
And Angela, when you look at Harry's face in that moment, it's like he can't hide his feelings. I mean, you know him very well. You were his biographer. You were with him for 18 months. But I don't think he can hide his feelings. And it was like one of those moments where he showed to the world, oh, God, I'm just a piece of royal arm candy. How did this happen?
Yes, his face speaks for him. I saw that throughout the time I spoke to him. You could tell
Look
that
at
his
it.
look like he
Look
was
at that
tired.
grimace.
Yes,
And
he was.
his arms go to the side and he pulls up his trousers. He's mortified.
Yes. Well, he must be used for it, as this is how she treats him most of the time. And this one is that he can look out, make sure nobody's coming. It's not, you know, standing in front. It's only that he has to check, never mind the people who are there. He has to be responsible for how she is. But, you know, that's not his job. He's her husband. Of course, he would do it if it's just by himself. But you don't need all those people to do that. And he has to, that's his job. You know, if he doesn't look left and right to make sure who's coming, then he's worth nothing.
I mean, you actually described him, Angela, to me earlier. You said he's looking like an anxious protection officer.
Yes. He's just started learning how to do it.
Yeah.
And
I guess he's
lost.
so nervous of her because he
Yeah.
knows what her temper tantrums can turn into. Then,
Yes.
Angela, there's also been a lot of talk about the fact that Meghan is constantly cosplaying Princess Diana and also copying Catherine, the Princess of Wales. And with this outfit, she achieved the slam dunk because she managed to do both things at one time.
I have never seen anything more ugly. Honestly, that is a horrible beige. It's not been ironed. It's much too big. It sort of doesn't fit her at all. I mean, when Catherine wears something, she looks wonderful whatever she wears because it's beautifully cut. It's not a case of money with Meghan. She's got masses of money, but she can't actually look good in anything. I don't know why she wants to wear rubbish actually or look like rubbish. It's extraordinary because she's so self-conscious and yet she makes herself look terrible. Diana looked gorgeous and everything, but Meghan is one of those people who looks rotten in most things. Really, I can't think of anything that really is nice. And I remember sitting there talking about Meghan's dress when she got married, and it was very awkward because I thought it's the most ugly, awful, boring dress I've ever seen. And I had to be careful because, you know, it was a thrilling day. I was doing it for CNN the whole day from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. talking about her and her dress and everything else that was going on. And you could say, actually, but I mean, surely for your wedding or anything else that's important, where the press is there, that you look lovely. How can you choose to look like rubbish?
From coordinated social media takedowns to legal threats and cancelled speaking gigs, the campaign appears to be strategic and personal, and the results devastating. His critics call it karma, but others are asking, is Meghan using powerful allies to crush dissent?
I mean, I'm no fashion guy, and I usually keep out of the fashion conversation, but I did see someone the other day saying that Meghan Markle's wedding dress is the worst wedding dress in the history of the British royal family, which I think was quite something. Now, yeah. Angela, I want to show you Megyn Kelly's reaction to what's been going on with Meghan over the past 24 hours, because this is really interesting. Even though Meghan gave that bizarre on-stage interview at Time magazine, where she was interviewed by the chief executive, who wasn't conducting an interview at all. It was like a fan Q&A. Meghan actually didn't make the Time 100, the list of the most influential, but Megyn Kelly did. And so this is what Megyn Kelly had to say when she turned up at the red carpet in New York. And unfortunately,
she's wonderful.
She is wonderful.
She's wonderful.
But unfortunately, Meghan Markle did skip the event. But despite the fact that she was part of this Time panel, Meghan didn't hold back. And what she was really angry about on her show was the complete sycophancy from the Time interviewer.
You're a founder. She gets this from Meghan Markle's bio. They ask you for your bio, and clearly she gave the bio. Listed herself as a founder, innovator, creator. How are you? Thank you for asking
investor,
that.
Philanthropist.
Entrepreneur. Sure. Thank you, right, for asking about me, because knowing that she did that when she was just married to Harry. Remember on that African tour, when she's in the midst of like all sorts of poverty and struggle. And thank you for asking about me, because no one really has. No one really has. So here she is again. Thank you for asking about me. That love language, that feeding of others is my self-care. Oh my God, Glenn.
Megyn,
just the platitudes.
I don't know if you're mad at me about something, but you have shown me some of the most excruciating and unbearable footage I've seen in quite a long time. One after the next, I really had to endure a lot. I guess that's fair. But from these like women astronauts complaining that they're not taken seriously, to Michelle Obama, now to this. This whole thing, like, thank you for asking me how I engage in my own self-care, because as people know, I am one of the most exhausted, one of the most people who have suffered. I'm basically living in the jungle. And so people are always wondering, but Megyn, how about you? You're taking care of so many other people. Tell us, what is it that you're doing to take care of yourself? Thank you for asking me that. Nobody ever asked me that. Let me tell you what I'm doing finally to take care of myself as well. I mean, Megyn, if I were you, I would go just to be around these satirical idiots.
And I mean, Angela Levin, I don't think the staff members who you've been tracking for the past number of years, who were bullied into submission, so much so that some of them ended up in therapy or rehab, I don't think they were talking about Meghan's love language. It's certainly a weird type of love language, isn't it?
Meghan's secret alliance is changing the game. Piers Morgan, outplayed. Harry, possibly sidelined, or simply used. Is this the ultimate power move, or the beginning of a bigger downfall? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Meghan building a legacy, or burning bridges? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more truth bombs straight from the royal battlefield.